students. In this video, we shall learn about the redemption of preference shares. Before we understand the meaning and process of redemption, let us brush through the meaning and types of preference shares. Preference shares are those shares which carry certain special right or priority rights. Firstly, dividend at a fixed rate is payable on these shares before any dividend is paid on equity shares. Secondly, at the time of winding up of the company, the capital is repaid to the preference shareholders prior to the return of equity capital. It is also important to know that preference shares do not carry any voting rights. There are 8 types of preference shares. The first one, redeemable preference shares. The capital will be repaid to the shareholders after the expiry of certain number of years, but before the winding up of the company. But as per Companies Act 2013, the companies will have to redeem the preference shares within 20 years, except an exception for the infrastructure companies, which can issue shares which are redeemable within 30 years. The second type of preference shares are non-redeemable preference shares. The capital of such shares will be repaid only at the winding up of the company. Again, the Companies Act has banned the issue of non-redeemable preference shares by any type of companies. The third type is the participating preference shares. These shares have the right to participate in the surplus profits available apart from the fixed dividend that they are already getting. The fourth one is the non-participating preference shares. Again, these shares do not have the right to participate in the surplus profits that are available in the company. The fifth one is cumulative preference shares. The name itself tells the unpaid dividends of these preference shares in a year of loss, or if there is any less profit in that year, are carried forward to the subsequent years in which the company earns profit. Let us understand this with an example. If a company is unable to pay dividend, say of rupees 200 for the year 2012, it will get carried forward to the next year, that is 2013. In the next year, if the company earns profit, the company will have to pay the current year's dividend, that is 200, as well as the previous year dividends 200 which was not paid. So, the total dividend that the company would have to pay in 2013 would be rupees 400. In case of company has incurred loss even in 2013, the dividends would be carried forward till the company earns profit in any year. Non-cumulative preference shares. These shares would have the right to receive dividend only in the year where the company has earned sufficient profit. The unpaid dividends will not be carried forward. That would imply that if any year the company is unable to pay dividends to the preference shareholders, the shareholders will lose the right to receive that year's dividend in the next year. Taking the same previous example, in 2012 if the company did not pay dividend of rupees 200, then in the next year the company is liable to pay only the next year's dividend. So, the total dividend paid in 2013 would be rupees 200 and not rupees 400. The seventh type of preference shares is convertible preference shares. These types of preference shares have the option or right to convert their preference shares into equity shares at some agreed point of time and conditions. The eighth one is non-convertible preference shares. These do not have the option or right to convert themselves into the equity shares. Now that we have understood the types, let us understand what redemption actually is. Redemption is nothing but the repayment of preference shares capital after a specified period of time. Indian corporate laws prohibit the issue of preference share capital with period of redemption beyond 20 years. Provisions of Companies Act 2013 for the redemption of preference shares are as follows. No company shall issue irredeemable preference shares, issue of redeemable preference shares which are redeemable within 20 years. Preference shares can be redeemed only when they are fully paid. Redemption can take place only out of the profits or reserves or from fresh issue of equity shares. When redemption is done out of profits, the nominal value of the shares redeemed shall be transferred to capital redemption reserve account. The capital redemption reserve account shall be applied by the company in paying the unissued shares of the company to be issued to the members of the company as fully paid bonus shares. These provisions were also provided by the Companies Act of 1956. Apart from these, the new Companies Act has added some more provisions, like the companies undertaking infrastructural projects can issue preference shares for period beyond 20 years but maximum of 30 years, provided they have agreed to redeem 10% of their share capital every year after the period of 20 years. Another additional provision under the New Companies Act is that if the company is not able to pay dividends or redeem such preference shares, it may redeem these preference shares by issue of fresh redeemable preference shares equal to the amount due and dividend due. In order to do so, the company will have to obtain permission from the National Companies Act Tribunal and also from 75% of the existing preference shares. The redemption process. To talk about the redemption process, the first thing that the accountant will have to ensure if the preference shares are fully paid or not. The reason for preference shares not being fully paid may either be on account of calls unpaid or calls not made. If the calls are not made, the company will have to make the call, and after duly receiving the call money, it can go ahead with the redemption process. Secondly, if calls are unpaid, the efforts have to be made to receive the calls in arrears. If calls in arrears are not paid, the company can forfeit the shares and reissue them and then proceed with the redemption. If the shares are fully paid, directly the redemption process can be started. The next step is to see if the accumulated profits and reserves are sufficient to redeem the preference shares at par or at premium. If the profits are not sufficient, the company will have to make fresh issue of equity shares to the extent that is required. If the redemption of preference shares is made out of the divisible profits, entry for transferring the amount from the divisible profits to the capital redemption reserve account must be shown. The divisible profits include the credit balance of profit and loss appropriation account, the reserve fund or the general reserve, the dividend equalization fund, the sinking fund, insurance fund, workman compensation fund, workman accident fund, investment fluctuation fund, taxation reserve or any other revenue reserve. It is also necessary to remember what are not divisible profits. The securities premium, profits prior to incorporation, development rebate reserve, capital reserve, balance of forfeited shares account, etc. are not divisible profits and hence should not be used for redemption. After this, repayment of capital will take place. Finally, the amount in the capital redemption reserve account can be used in paying up unissued shares of the company to be issued to the members of the company as fully paid bonus shares. Thank you for watching this video.